Welcome to 94.1 FM Downtown with Jerry Guirguis, interviewing Stephanie Angelini, award-winning singer, songwriter and recording artist. Today for Tuesday the 22nd of March 22. With a vast variety of singing different musical styles like pop, smooth, jazz, country and contemporary, of course, captivates an audience with her vocal storytelling, which is lovely. Her debut album, Live Lessons, consists of her hit Coz of You. Hi and welcome, Stephanie.
Hello, Jerry. How are you?
Look, I am over the moon. I'm gobsmacked that again, we're back into talking to artists, performing artists, and it's all about that. So thank you so much for allocating the time tonight, because what we're doing is pre-recording it for to go on YouTube. So thanks again. So let's talk about Stephanie first. First time for our listeners to listen to Stephanie. Let's the song Coz of You, absolutely wonderful. I really loved it. We just heard it in the background. What a voice, and if I can say, what fantastic music. Tell us about Stephanie, which is important. When did you start singing? I know it's the cliche questions. Where did you get your formal training? Let's talk about some of those things, and we can get into the Stephanie Angelini absolute.
Yes. Look, I started singing when I was very, very young. I was about 7, 8 years old, and I would be singing around the house to artists like the Carpenters, ABBA, John Denver, Cliff Richard. I mean, my parents literally can vouch for that. And then I went into high school and I attempted the violin and didn't quite, fit who I was as a person. Then I tried singing, and then I said to Mum that day when I got home from my first singing lesson, I said to Mum, I need to do this. I need to keep going. I think I want to do this forever. She's like, okay. So I just kept going, and I kept going to lessons at school, and then from there I moved into some amateur theatre, and I did some acting workshops, and I started then training with Jamie Redfern, who was on Young Talent Time, and then from there I went to Melissa Langton for my VCE music. So I've had quite a vast majority and variety of lessons and exposure to different techniques and styles and performance. It's been really good ride.
Look, I just listening to you and listening to your song and it's just fantastic voice. And I really love that, and I'm not just saying that. Beautiful voice and lyrics, of course, but the composition of all of it. So singer, songwriter, so you obviously love your songs. Do you do covers as well?
I do. I don't honestly record a lot of covers. I sing a lot of covers when I'm out and about performing. That's the majority of what I do when I'm out performing at my shows. However, I do slot in a few times original music here and there, and recently I've actually had a fair few people ask, can you sing an original song? And I said, yes, of course I would, anytime. And yeah, so covers pretty much maximize the show thing for me. At the moment, I want to start branching out and doing original music with my shows, but because of what's going on, I think, in the world at the moment, we're just sort of getting back into everything. So just trying to work out when best to do that.
Let's talk about the country style that you obviously love being in that genre. Tell me.
Sorry?
Tell me, why do you love being in a country genre environment?
Yeah, good question. Look, I think, as I mentioned earlier to you before the interview, I love to sing everything. However, country is one of those genres for me where it really speaks. I think it has a lot to do with the instrumentation, it has a lot to do with the way the songs are written and the structure. Country, I feel the structure of writing a song or even hearing a country song is quite to the point. I say basic in a very good term. They're basic but very good. They've just got a good solid base. And, you know, country just speaks right from the heart. And I feel like everyone can relate to a lot of country songs. Just the way I feel they're sung and presented and produced. So I do want to dive a little bit more into the country stuff. I know with my debut album, Life Lessons, there's not really a lot of that. But yeah, hopefully in the future I can definitely do that. But with my cover shows, I sing a lot of country.
I'm sure you're doing very well. If you could write with any songwriter, this is if you write with any in the world, dead or alive, I like that one. Why? Stephanie.
Okay. Look, I'm going to have to say Taylor Swift. She's just brilliant. I connect with her writing and her songs to a T. I swear that woman sometimes knows exactly what I'm going through and how I'm feeling. So I feel like between her and I, we've got this. We'll be absolutely fine. And I think another person I'd really love to work with would even be John Denver. He is incredible he was incredible at what he did. And yeah, he lyrically just wrote beautiful songs. So obviously he's no longer with us, but yeah, he's another one.
Are you on social media with these fantastic people's songwriters out there, and you're saying when we're going to do a gig together?
Oh, look, that would be amazing. Geez, if Taylor Swift approached me and said, Stephanie, would you like to come on stage with me? I think I might have a heart attack and be in hospital for that, because I just wouldn't be able to cope. I'd be like, sorry, Taylor, you're going to have to get me out of the hospital for this one. But no, look, I think I do have a fair few connections now in the music industry, which things could potentially happen. Just finding the right time and the right, place to do so.
Just wanting to know, because we've come out of COVID, and slowly the whole industry, the arts performing industry, the culture, the whole arts swag of things are really now embracing a little bit of freedom. Are you likely to end up on a ship liner singing for 6 months?
Oh, look, Jerry, I don't know about a ship liner. I've heard many different stories, some really good positive ones and some not so much. Yeah. Look, it's been in discussion for a few years, believe it or not, but it's something I think at this stage in my life I don't know if I want to do, or live on a ship for 6 months to a year. I probably prefer to stay on solid ground, if anything, and just fly to where I need to go. So if Europe's calling, fantastic. Yeah. If America's calling, fantastic. If India's calling, fantastic. You know, I'll fly. I might fly. But look, never say never. You never know. Tomorrow I might turn around and say, Jerry, guess what? I'm going to be on a ship liner for 6 months to a year.
I think the agents would be listening. If they listen, they go, oh, book a read.
Oh, I know. I'd probably put my foot in my mouth with that one. That's what I'm saying. No, look, anything is possible. Yeah. I'm an open book like that. I'm very much open to discussion.
Acting, you come across as a very live person,
Yeah.
Have you done amateur theatres? Have you done professional theatre? What do
yeah.
you, obviously you're playing.
I've delved into some amateur theatre when I was young. So more than 10 years ago now. But I did a lot of school musicals as well, and that just really helped with my confidence. And then I found a love for acting as well through that. And I did drama in school. I've been in a few short films after school. So yeah, I don't mind acting. I will. Should I say I would dive into acting if the opportunity came about. I wouldn't hesitate at all.
Now, let's go about the life lessons and Coz of You.
Yes.
It's written Preston Glass and Joe.
Yes.
Let's have a bit of a chat because you won also the first American BMA award, the Verge Award.
Yes. Pardon?
Tell us all about it.
Yeah. Oh, look. So, I mean, how long have we got, Jerry? Have we got all night? Look, long story short, Joe, I have the utmost respect for Joe Mandica. He is such a good friend of mine, a colleague, friend, almost part of my family now, pretty much his family. And he came at a time in my life a fair few years ago now, probably 5 or 6, where I say he rescued me because I was at my wit's end with music. I didn't really know what I was doing or where I was going. So, we sort of just met up and found each other, and I started singing a Patsy Cline song called I Fall to Pieces, which is on my album. And he saw that and said to me, Stephanie, I've got these songs that I've worked with Preston Glass, who is renowned in his own right, and he's worked with Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin, Lionel Richie, Earth, Wind and Fire, you name it. He worked with a lot of the 80s stars and still is currently working today. And I almost had a heart attack. I said, really? Like, you want me to sing these songs? Okay. I listened to them and fell in love with them. And then I flew over to LA and we recorded majority of the album at Private Island Audio. And the rest is history. Came out with this album, and then Coz of You became a campaign back in 2020 with Enthroned Records with Andre Pittman, and they really helped push the song out, got some revenue, and then that's what had the song lead on to the BMA Awards, called the Black Music Awards, and I was categorized in the National Verge Award nominations, and I had won for it back in November 2020. So that was 2020, yeah. So it's been an incredible journey, and I'm just very thankful and blessed that Preston and Joe chose me to sing their songs from the album. I've got one song on there that I wrote called Running, but the rest Joe and Preston pretty much co-wrote together. So thank you to those fine men for, giving their songs to me to share to the world.
Absolutely magnificent. I just want to know a couple of things. How do our listeners on 94.1 FM start buying your LPs, EPs, tracks? How do they go about it? On Spotify or iTunes or?
Yeah, so pretty much all any online music platform, so Pandora, iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, you name it, I'm all on there. It's all covered. You can, even if you hear my song somewhere, you can Shazam it, and I pop up on your little screens on your phones. So that's pretty cool. But you can also see me perform live, and I'll have my album Life Lessons out as well. And if you live overseas and you're not in Australia and you want an actual physical hard copy album, then you can go to my website, stephanieangelini.com, and go to the little shop icon at the top.
Right, so it's www.stephanieangelina, all one word.com.
Yes, stephanieangelini.com.
Yeah, Angelini.com. Yep, absolutely, got the spelling right.
No, that's a lot of people say that. Actually, can I just say, a lot of people say Stephanie Angelina, and like I have Angelini, but it just must be like a thing. I'm not too sure, but yeah, so I have to just politely correct people. Otherwise, people will search Stephanie Angelina and nothing pops up. So
it's www.stephanieangelini.com.
yeah, that's the one.
Things off there. The other thing is, now who's your current manager, agent that's doing all the work for you guys? For you?
Yeah. So it's a little bit of I guess I organise a fair few shows myself, and then I have Joe Mandica, and he basically manages anything to do with my album Life Lessons and that whole project, because he's heavily involved with that side of my life. He also organises a fair few gigs too whenever I have to perform with the band, but I also work closely along with Australian Entertainment Services, and you can reach my agents Steve Terry and Paul Monga there as well.
Okay. Look, I won't keep you too long. I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I'm really hoping one day you'll come to the studio and we'll jam and listen, have a bit of a laugh.
Definitely.
Stephanie, I sincerely want to say thank you, because all the songs that I heard, I thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, amazing. That's so good. And you know what? That's the common reaction I get from people. And it's just great to know that everyone I talk to relates to a certain song from that album, and they tell me why, which I love. I love hearing people's stories and how and why they relate to a certain song. That to me means the world. It's such a powerful thing as an artist. And I know it means the world as well to Preston and Joe, who actually wrote the songs.
Thank you so much, and good night.
Thanks, Jerry. You too. We'll speak soon.